Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to be reacting to Bob Dylan, Times Are Changing. I've done a couple of Bob Dylan reactions already, and they grow, the views don't necessarily come in quite as quickly, but, you know, they're still growing. One of them is getting towards 1,000 views, and, you know, the record label is, like, you know, accepting the fact that I'm transforming the content enough to give me monetization on it. And to be honest, from this side of the screen, when you do reactions just to music, it's really much up to the record label whether you can monetize that video or not. I would love to say that is how much I transform the content and how much I pause and discuss and how much of the song I use, but to be honest, I've had videos that I've paused a lot and talked a lot and not even used the whole song and chopped it up and made, you know, I've done all the tricks and it's been rejected. And I've had videos where I literally have basically just watched the song and barely even paused it and it's been accepted. So to be honest, I need to find bands I like, bands I want to discover that also have record labels that aren't UMG. So yeah, that's basically the task I got in front of me. But anyway, that's enough talk. I've enjoyed the Bob Dylan direction so far, and Times Are A-Changin I've heard of it. It's a very famous song. I don't know the song, but it's a song that it's a song title that sort of rings a bell in my mind. So let's get this started.
Time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are changing.
And I did yeah, there's some good lyrics in that. Come gather around people wherever you roam, and admit that. I'm going to be analysing lyrics as much as I can. And accept that soon, you know, you'll be drenched to the bone, and if your time is worth saving. Yeah, it's yeah, that's interesting. Time is the most valuable commodity we have, I'd say. Well, I'd say it is, right? Time is, you can't buy time. Time is the currency of life, basically. We all have a limited time. Hopefully, you know, 80 years or more. If you're 100, if you're very lucky, you can get to 100 years. But time, but you know, we don't live like that. We waste a lot of time. I say waste, you know, I'm not saying, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm scrolling on my phone as well, but, you know, we all should live differently, really, to be honest. I think that's something everyone should be thinking about, is how to better use their time, because time management might be the most important skill in life, you know. This might also be Times Are Changing, might be about big societal change, you know, people stuck in their ways, stuck in their beliefs, you know. Each generation has different beliefs than the older generation. And a lot of people, as they grow older, they get stuck in their ways and don't open their minds to new things. I hope not to fall into that trap, even though it's easier said than done, you know, so, because I haven't been there yet. But yeah, anyway, let's
You have grown and accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I read that as. If your time's worth saving, you better start swimming or you sink like a stone. That reminds me of a Pink Floyd lyric in Time on Dark Side of the Moon, where no one told you when to run. No, you know, you missed the starting gun. You know, when you're born, some people don't realise, really, it doesn't really hit them that about their immortality, and that you know, your time is limited and you should live like that. Live like, you know, you're born into a losing struggle. There's no, you know, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter anything, you will go away in the end. So we don't live like that's the case sometimes, because the idea of that, I'm not going to use the word, but the idea of, you know, our own ending is something in the West we sort of rush under the carpet, and something we really want to think about. It's like so you just sweep it under the carpet and never think about it, and then maybe people have midlife crisis where it hits them and they go, you don't want to wait till you're 50 to have a crisis of mortality, I don't think. I mean, I've had that a lot recently. I'm 23, so better to realize in your 20s really have that problem in your 20s than your 50s, I'd say. But anyway, let's go.
I'm swimming on your sink like a stone, but the times they are changing. I'm writers and critics, you prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that he's naming. For the loser and I'll be there to win, for the times they are changing.
Yeah, that's let's go back and look at those lyrics. Yeah, it's interesting. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. I think it's interesting. Maybe everyone who can create things, music, art, movies, content online, I guess. Everyone who can create needs to create. Not everyone can. Not everyone has that creative instinct in them, and I think he's telling people you can write to do it because there's a service in that, and you know I mean, Bob Dylan's lyrics has spoken to people, and if you have the ability to do that, you can make the world a better place. There's enough people filling it with. There's enough bad things in the world, I think. But then, obviously, in the next section, don't speak too soon. The wheel's still in a spin, as we're telling who. I think to some degree that's maybe being a musician is very much about luck in some ways. Obviously, someone like Bob Dylan is extremely talented, but there are people who are very talented who haven't just got their break, or their music they make isn't in style at the moment, or whatever, they don't look the right way. So he's probably making the sense, might look bad now, but it could look good. Someone who could get a one-hit wonder now maybe is gone in a year. Maybe you've struggling away, never got anywhere, and it just around the corner success. It's making the point that there's a lot of luck in life, and you never know. And I think acknowledging that's important.
And don't speak too soon, but the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that he's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, for the times they are changing. On senators, congressmen, easy to call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he that gets hurt will be he who is stalled. For the battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are changing.
I'll tell you what, that line, "will soon shake your windows," yeah, wow, okay, yeah, that rings a bit differently after January 6th, if you know what that date happened on that date. I'm a Brit. I don't know too much about American politics. Well, I mean, that's not true. I'm quite into American politics, but I'm not an American, so my opinion doesn't matter. I'm not going to vote in anything. So, but America has, I would say, the way, just to give my two cents, it's sort of unbiased from Democrat or Republican, but the thing I've noticed the most, that is the biggest problem you guys have, is he said clogging up, don't block the hall, and I think that's very much the case. Pardon, but things like Citizens United, like so many developed countries have so many anti-corruption laws, but in America there's aren't any. Like, corporations can give so much to candidates, that these candidates basically represent the big money interests instead of the people, and I think that's why there's been a lot of inaction in America, and a lot of things that should, like, minimum wage should have been up a long time ago, or like the only developed country does not have free healthcare for people. I think money, stopping interests is a big reason for that. But anyway, that take that with a grain of salt. I'm not really trying to get into political discussion with people in the comments, but that's just my 2 cents. But I think both sides can come together for that, because Republicans and Democrats, either wants corruption. So, but anyway, yeah, that he said that a long time ago. I don't know when this song was made. It could be the 70s, 80s, whatever. But that's even more true in the 2010s and the 2020s than it probably was when he said it. So when you can write things that become more true, or that are true long after you're gone, that's why you got to write. That's amazing, to be honest.
Or he didn't get hurt, he would his star. For the battle outside raging will soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are a-changing.
I would just say quickly that I wanna, when I do Bob Dylan, I wanna dissect the lyrics, try to discuss it, what I think it means, and you guys continue that in the comments. Firstly, it's necessary for fair use purposes. I can't just listen to a song because someone's, I have to add something. But also, I like doing it as well. Like, I would love to sit here and discuss the lyrics of a very deep song. I think that's something I would very much enjoy doing. And I think hopefully people enjoy watching it.
Our mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing.
I think, just to give this one, I think this is, again, these are universals, like mums and dads. This happened to me, hopefully I have kids one day. I want to. And times change. I'm going to be an old man, and things are going to change socially or culturally, and they can be different than what I've grown up with, and a lot of people can't get their heads around it. They think, the trope of the good old days, like because people remember that when they were younger, and remember them as good old days, even though sometimes they weren't. If you actually analysed it, maybe they aren't happier back then, or maybe they were, I don't know. But that trope of, it was better back then. Every generation thought that. But it probably wasn't, necessarily. It wasn't better in the 1920s than it is now. It just wasn't. Even if people who were around then think, I remember the good old days. And fathers, I think mums and dads shouldn't try to push ideas on kids. Whatever those ideas are, I don't care. I think they should try to raise their kids to, have a strong moral standing, but let them find out what they believe. Don't try to push them into one way or the other. I think that's really important. And also don't sit down and curse the world, the new world that's emerging as you age, because, like I said, new generations have new ideas. Not all of them are going to be good, don't get me wrong, and you have a right to criticise bad ideas, but I don't think people should want to keep things as they are just because it's what they grew up with and what they're comfortable with. That's not a good enough reason. And when you have children, as much as you have authority over your kids, don't get me wrong, I think it's important to let people let them live their life. Like, I don't think parents should. My parents never gave me a sense of what I should do. I don't think parents should be pushing them to do a certain job or a certain career. I really don't. I think they should give their kids best chance of an education, and then let the kids do what they want to do. It's their life. They got to live with themselves at the end of the day. I don't think it's the parents' place to push them towards a career or a certain way of thinking or living. I really don't think it is. But that's just my 2 cents. But anyway, let's continue on.
Your daughters are beyond your command. Your own road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changing. The line it is drawn and the curse is cast. The slowest one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one now will later be last, for the times they are changing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing immediately jumped out at me from that last verse, like they did the other verses. But I'll have a little look and have a little read of the lyrics. The line is drawn and the curse is cast. The slowest one now will later be fast. Yeah, I mean, things change. I mean, look at look at sport. One day, like Messi's just been crowned winning the World Cup. He'll be gone in 10 years. Well, like he'll be gone in 5 years. He's definitely not playing. He probably in a couple of years, and he was once the best, and now he's not, and someone else will be there. Things change, man. No one's beyond that. Nobody. Like I love Cristiano Ronaldo, but I think he's having a hard time realizing that he's not the guy anymore. He's not the best player in the world anymore. He's not. He is to get over that or stop playing. Or people who are at the top for whatever reason, or some people, let's say in high school, or they were the coolest kid in the school and they got to leave, and all of a sudden you're just a guy now. Times are changing. Get on board or get off the train. You know what I mean? Like that's how life goes. Life change. Everyone has ups and downs. Things when you're least expecting them happen in a weird way. And I think a big part of life is reflecting on those things and trying to adjust how you live and adjust how you are. I think that's learning and changing probably the most important thing in life. I think so. I mean these lyrics are really good. They're very there's not a wasted line in the song. Whereas I listen to so much music and so much of it is just filler, like parties, this, that, money, whatever. There's not a wasted word in this song. Yeah, the old world rapidly fading. Chimes. I mean, the times are a changing. Who knows what the world will be like when if I hopefully I get to 80, with old white hair and what the world's gonna be. That's gonna be 2080. Like who knows? We could have. There's a chance we've slowed aging down to a significant extent by then. Hopefully not, because I don't think I want to be 80 for like 100 years. I don't know about that, but that we could have. I don't know. We could have done a lot. Could have cured cancer. Hopefully by then. You'd like to think so. That is, to be honest, that is the saddest thing of life. I think is the fact that the party continues. You've got to go home. We're not going to know how the human race ends up. Unfortunately, it's just the saddest part. I think the saddest part isn't that you're going to go. The saddest part is you're not going to see. Like, are we gonna like what is human race going to end up as? Like, we're never going to know, which is I think very sad. Like, are we going to colonize multiple planets? Are we going to become a galactic human race? Are we going to meet aliens? Are we going to kill ourselves in a nuclear war? Are we going to die from a disease? Are we going to die from lack of food? Is climate change going to make the world uninhabitable? And we're going to deindustrialize? Like, it's a shame. I'd love to know. Like the idea that in 1,000 years humans are still around, on planets, maybe the sun's about to go supernova, so they move to another. We have to leave Earth. That'd be, that's the price you pay for existence, though. To be honest, so I don't think it's worth considering. But it just make you more grateful of every moment you get. To be honest, more than make you sad. I think. So, I mean, some of the smartest people I know or I watch on the internet think about death quite a lot. So I don't think there's a wisdom in just forgetting about it. But anyway, I've gone through this song. This video is very, very long now. It's 18 minutes. So I'm going to stop this and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.